Last session, the avant-garde, on board a floating giant castle, began battle with a masked Zarin. His ferocity and brutality showed through. He gave no quarter to any of you, and did his best to eliminate all of you from the field of battle. However, all of you held strong and were able to eventually make him succumb to his wounds. After realizing some devious pact was made that allowed him an undeath to never die until his threats, being you all, were dealt with. You worked to hold him down and stun him, allowing him to no longer be able to attack you, and for the fight to eventually end. It took a long time, and of the course of the battle, Faradir fully fell, not just to unconsciousness, but death. For a brief moment, Faradir, you were in the afterlife, and your memories quickly came back as you currently have your blade plunged deep into Zarin's now lifeless corpse. The giants that surround you are hesitant, quiet, and you all just watch as Faradir just sits there for a long time, just holding the blade as tight as she can, savoring this moment. It takes about 12 seconds for Faradir to finally snap out of it. And you turn your head and see your party and the giants just staring at you.
I'm just gonna, walk into the tower and go up the stairs and see if Yestrid's body is up there.
You pass 2 floors. One seems like a small common room built for Zarin. The top floor of this impressively tall tower is a personal bedchamber. You see a familiar set of chains covered in glowing runes, holding a very lifeless body, currently facing away from you and facing towards the bed. Right at the foot of Zarin's bed is a dead Ystrad. The head fully into the chest, the hair kind of curled around the face, hiding it from view. And you see the chains are currently all dim, lightless, but you can see them, recognize them.
Can I break them?
Make... what do you wish to use to break them?
I'll just use my sword.
Make an attack roll. Roll damage. Okay. You take your great blade and you swing it right through one of these chains. And you hear this intense snapping sound. And It breaks.
Does it break all of them or
It
just
just
one of them?
breaks one of the chains.
Okay, can I break all of them?
Make another attack roll. Roll damage. With a second great swing, you aim for the other side and break 2 chains in one go, slamming the blade all the way into the wood flooring. You crack right through it and pull the blade up. There's one more chain left. You watch as Ystrad falls lifeless forward, hitting the end of the bed and kind of just resting. You just done with this situation. You break this final chain. All the runes flash a red color for a second, a moment, but it's over. Ystrad is no longer chained.
Okay. I'm gonna, take a blanket or something and, drape it over her head.
Mm-hmm.
And then attempt to carry her downstairs? I can use Giant Might if I need to.
Just make a strength check.
Okay.
There is something about dying that gives you an insane amount of adrenaline. The rest of your party watches as Faradir walks down the stairs, fully carrying a giant in her arms. Only the slightest bit of beads of sweat. It's almost as if Faradir feels nothing in this moment for the weight of Ystrad. Just the duty to carry Ystrad out of there. As you walk out, there is an audible gasp. Not from many of the giants, but the ones you recognize, just by the way you're holding them. Bits of the outfit that shine through. You see Queen Lagrera iced. There's horror on their faces as they realize. At this point, all the rest of the giants have backed up, forced to the edges of this open roof garden as you carry Ystrad outside.
Okay. While Faradir was doing that, I think Asif was trying not to throw up as she very carefully took the quote-unquote mask off of Zarin.
Okay.
And then can she, heal that?
A resurrection spell would heal it.
Okay. Because I was fully willing to dump a whole lot of cure wounds into it if I need to.
Yeah, it should. A powerful enough resurrection spell should be able to do the job.
Okay. So then when Faradir comes out, Asif will go over and cast Revivify.
That won't work.
Oh wait, no, I can't. Fuck! It's been more than a minute, probably. I don't have Raise Dead prepared.
Okay. So we'll have to wait.
Yep, we'll have to wait 8 hours, at least. Unless anyone else has Raise Dead.
I do not have
Can,
that, sadly.
hi. So sorry. Am I
It's fine.
there? Is Seer there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would casting Gentle Repose help?
It would help for the next 8 hours to just keep her from decomposing anymore.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You cast Gentle Repose, sealing the body from fading any further. You see Zircon kind of takes a few steps forward. I can get you all to a safe space if you need. It would just be a short walk. You see Queen Lagrua kind of looks to you, Faradir. You can go. I'll deal with the giants here. These are my people now.
Faradir just nods and then stands up, still carrying Istrid.
You see Zircon takes a few steps in front of you, takes his little dagger and slices a hole through the plains. Step right in. I'll lead the way. And takes you on a short jaunt through most likely the Earth Elemental Plane fairly quickly. Only a minute or so passes, and soon you find yourselves exiting a great distance away from the battle site. You find yourselves on the edge of the city itself, on the outside edge. You can see currently what looks to be auxiliary forces, units who never saw the battle firsthand but were waiting in case something happened to jump in, are just readying themselves near the edges of the city. You can see tents have currently been set up, and you can see triage is currently underway as the clerical guardians of the city are quickly working to save as many people as possible. There is evidence of a great battle that occurred. You can see and note that it was not easy for Guanistan to hold off these cloud giants. But from the looks of it, they survived.
Okay. We need to get low. Where's everything? Need to get in. Wait, where the fuck? Where are my notes at? Who was really Yanath? Really Yanath? That was the elven dude, right?
Yes. Real
Okay.
Yanath, I believe, was one of the commanders you met.
Okay, yeah. I remember I was falling asleep that day. I didn't fully
Let
take
me...
my notes.
You're good, you're good. Let me find my notes that I moved to find Guanistan. Yeah, Real Yanath, Real Yanath was
Really?
the commander that you first met. Currently, you can see... make an investigation check, Ganesh.
Alright. Shit. Come on, goddammit. Sure. Dang it. Okay. It's loading so slow.
I don't know. Is Roll20 having problems today?
When is it not having problems?
It's
Not
got. Yeah, it's roll 20. Everything else on my computer is moving quickly. Alright, investigation. Not that great, but
You begin walking through, calling out asking some of these soldiers who are walking by where they can find where you can all find Rillianath. Um, and you are eventually told to go to a specific area, and it's pretty easy to spot where he is as you watch a entire unit of about 200 or so elven soldiers are currently rounding up what looks to be prisoners. You can see they have massive chains all over a few cloud giants as they're dragging them through the encampment. And you watch as these 200 soldiers are marching alongside as wardens. And there's only 3 giants. And you can see Rillianath is currently leading the troop further into the city.
Really enough.
Oh, avant-garde. Glad to see you made it.
It's done.
As we've heard, you have my thanks.
We need a favor.
Anything.
We have a casualty. We need some place to quietly keep a body for now. For at least for about another 8 hours.
Body that size. I can look into places. Yo, and he looks to one of his commanders. Take care of the prisoners. Make sure they're sent straight to the prisons. Yes, sir. Follow me. I'll, see if we can get you someone better. Somewhere to, house this body. Entering into the city with the corpse, you are led, you see Rillianath talks to many different individuals, acquiring any sort of large location where you all can find solace. He seems to be mainly focusing on the religious institutions, seeing how it is a dead body. They would most likely be able to house something like that. It doesn't take too long as you find yourselves approached. You can see a tall, dark-haired elf kind of approaches Rillianath. Excuse me. I hear all of you are looking for a place to rest and lay down this body. The Temple of Saloon, goddess of moon and stars, would gladly accept.
Alrighty. Much appreciation.
Please, follow me. Real kind of nods his head. Thank you, sir. Let me know if you need anything else. I have a lot to do. Good luck.
Thanks.
You see he takes off, and the dark-haired elf calmly gestures for you to follow them. You're taken across the city, fairly close to the center tower of Guanistan. There is a large, darkly made building. It is covered with beautiful glass, depicting the moon and stars, the night sky, and seems to fully let in nighttime light. It is made of beautiful dark rock, a fairly gothic appearance. It is intimidating yet gorgeous. And this is what you find yourselves let into. You can currently see the place is working as a slight infirmary. You can see most likely people who are worshippers of Saloon have found their way here after the battle, but mostly it is quiet and empty. The individual walks over to a massive statue of the goddess Saloon, where you can see a few people are currently sat in prayer and worship. You can see one individual currently is off to the side and kind of just watching you all approach. Um,
When we just find an open spot, I'll just nod to Faraday.
mhm.
Yeah, I'll just set down this huge body.
Yeah. You see this, the individual who led you here kind of makes room and makes way uh, for the body to be placed. Is this individual religious at all? Is there any rites they would wish for me to partake upon them?
We are bringing her back, so no.
Well, any rites for the journey back?
I suppose if you know the rights for giants.
I can see if anyone here knows anything. They take a step back, do a little bow, and begin to walk off. Um, yeah. It takes a few moments, but eventually you can see um, a tall elf kind of comes out from the back. This one you can see has very silvery looking hair, um, incredibly tall, thin, a slight smile to the face. They do a slight bow as to greet all of you. Good afternoon. My name is Skaran. I was told you were looking for some rights in Giant. Is that correct?
Yes.
Alright.
What was the name again?
Skaran. Skarron.
Yeah, Faraday will like move over enough to like let them do whatever they're doing, but she's still by Faraday or by Istrid's side.
Mm-hmm. Um, you see the individual kind of closes their eyes, puts their fingers together, and begins to speak in Giant, asking for the blessing of Saloon as a guiding light to help and assist the soul in eventually returning to this body. To ensure that no transgressions are placed upon it, and that the body can remain a worthwhile vessel for a beautiful, majestic soul to return to. It is fairly short, but hearing the words in Giant spoken over Eastrid. It calms you, Faradir. You kind of are almost forced to just relax, to let your muscles begin to feel achy. You've been through a lot, and you immediately feel an exhaustion rush over you. Just from carrying Eastrid all this way, the entire fight, dying, coming back, you are exhausted. And as the words spill out over you and eventually end, Skaran nods to you all. If you need anything, we shall all be here. And begins to walk away. As they walk past some more individuals praying within the temple here, you see they do nod to another individual, that same one who's been watching you. They look like a guard of some sort. Just based on their demeanor, they are most likely a person who is easily able to defend themselves and this establishment. A violet-haired, magenta-eyed elf of fair stature who's just quietly watching over the display. But all of you take some time here in this temple to just rest. Is there anything specific you all wish to do or say?
Um. Nah, the match is pretty much going to be quiet for the time being. I would say probably more than usual.
I know this is. I know what the answer to this probably is, but is there anyone in here that I recognize?
Make a perception check.
Also, I apologize if my audio is really bad. My headphones broke.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, we sound fine so far though. So
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I've been on mute this entire time, so.
you're good. Headphones break. It happens.
I don't know what I rolled.
17. Looking about the space, you do not recognize anyone here.
Okay, good. That's what I thought. Always have to make sure, especially after recent events.
yeah, people wanting your face and whatnot.
What? Not only that, but too many things have happened. Too many things have happened.
Yeah, a lot has gone on.
People could be hired to watch us.
Very true.
Me, I guess. I don't like that. We're good though. I relax marginally.
I sort of kinda relax.
Like I exhale for the first time.
Is anyone very hurt.
Faradir
I
and Seer.
I have 7 HP.
Okay. Asif is she's gonna cast mass healing word just to help everyone calm down a little bit and not be so close to death.
Uh-huh. Um, hmm.
Cool. So Faradir, Asif, Seer, and then 3 other people, if they want it, can get 8 hit points back.
I'm in the double digits now.
Is it 8?
Nice.
15.
And Faradir is preparing to stay up all night, so gonna use second wind for her. She's not sleeping.
That is honestly fair. Anyone else doing anything? Bellark? Senti?
I think Bell, probably the only thing Bell really does is kind of just keep an eye out for a bit.
Make a perception check, Belric. Looking out, this temple is calm. Most people who come in seem to be needing medical treatment. Other than that, it's after a very intense day. It's peaceful. I will say, you do watch as after you've been there for maybe about 15-20 minutes or so, you can see an individual seems to come out of the back of the establishment. You can see they wear very ornate clothes, something of a very high station in the city. You can see a very nice, well-dressed high elf walking out with what appears to be probably a very high-ranking member of the clergy here. And as they begin to walk out, you see them like calmly chatting. That one individual you clocked takes their back off the wall as they seem to get ready to follow. And as these two begin to just walk down the center in front of the large statue saloon, they kind of walk in stride, but a few feet behind. You can clearly tell this individual is some sort of bodyguard. Make a religion check. 5. There's something about this individual that strikes you. It's hard to place. Um, but you do note something. It's not too difficult to see with your passive perception. And just catches your eye as an interesting object. Some sort of long, very ornate blade currently at the side of this guard's hip. It's not difficult to tell that there is a magical nature to it. And just, you can't help but just admire it and its construction as you see the bodyguard kind of walks past you.
When you said like kind of like strikes me, would it be that in like a good way or like a bad way?
Most likely in a good way. It doesn't look like an evil blade. It just looks well made, well crafted, and you have a magical weapon that's very potent and powerful. There's something that strikes you about this that reminds you more of like a weapon that's more powerful than yours. It's just, you can just feel the power emanating off of this individual as they walk by.
I think I'll just keep my eye on him as long as I see him.
Yeah, it is a long-haired female elf. Looks to be um, most likely a moon elf. Their depiction is less than a high elf. You've seen many different types of elves. You would assume this is someone tied closer to the moon and stars. As the two people are walking past, you see the rich-looking individual kind of does a side eye towards all of you for a moment, and then kind of cocks their head. No. Pardon me, High Cleric. Excuse me. And he kind of takes a step towards all of you. Am I right in believing that I know all of you?
It depends. How do you know us?
Were you at the king's party a while back?
We were.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. I was in attendance. I heard the things that they said about you. You seem to be great, renowned fighters. You helped to defend the city not too long ago, yes?
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for your service. What, if it is okay for me to ask, what happened here?
Casualty.
I'm sorry for your loss. You see the High Cleric kind of steps forward. As am I for your loss.
Gamesh will just kind of look at Faraday and Ystrip, and then look back and just kind of nod his head.
May I ask, are you here for emotional healing or physical?
physical.
I understand. Rathan, what does that mean? I believe that they may be attempting to resurrect their fallen individual. Oh, are you guys doing that anytime soon? I would love to watch.
You'd have to ask her. Now let's look at Faraday.
Faraday looks at Asif. It'll be like 8 hours, probably. I gotta chill for a while.
Oh,
Does-
that sounds okay. I'm very interested in religious practices, and I've been thinking about going into the clergy here myself. And from what I've heard, this is an ability people can be granted by the gods. It'd be interesting to see. It is a difficult one to attain. It takes much effort.
Asif just says, I don't know, man. I've been able to do it for a while.
See the,
It's not that hard.
Just casually bring people back to life. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday.
You just gotta be like tight with your god, man, and then they'll, you know.
Listen, when your god calls you bro, you know you've hit it.
Yeah,
You see this high cleric of Saloon.
I'm pretty sure Asif's a better cleric than anyone in this building.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
She calls her god bro.
You see the cleric kind of gives up. Okay. I wish you luck. If you wish to, I think I'll stay here and talk. It's been lovely talking to you. As you. Have a good rest of your day, Madil. You see the high cleric nods his head and walks off.
His
You see Madil.
Medil.
My deal.
You see, kind of like takes a step forward. You can call me Medil Liaro.
And how do you spell that?
Hi, I'm here from the census. How do you spell your name?
Medil.
Well, Medil?
Medil Liaro is his last name.
Yeah,
We love elf names.
Damn
They're
it, Graham.
great.
Damn it, Graham. That's,
Hey, there's not even a single apostrophe in there.
no, I know that last name.
And this is my bodyguard. He kind of like waves her over to introduce herself.
Oh shit. Delia. Okay.
Wyvern, settle down.
I know. I see.
The guard holds out a hand and says, Omen.
Oh.
Uman?
Omen.
Omen. Like an omen.
No.
Yeah, and you'll notice one hand is like casually on the hilt of her sword, and then the other hand is outstretched to shake whoever is like at the front of the group.
I'm going to assume that's me because I've been the one doing most of the talking. So
Yeah. I want to ask Omen for her last name, but that's real hypocritical.
yeah.
I legally don't have one. Does that count?
And Graham, has Omen seen any of these people before?
I don't think so.
Okay. I figured, but might as well ask.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Maybe in dreams.
Cryptic. Love that. Okay. And I think that Omen probably recognizes the like holy aura that Belric has and just gives him like a nod of respect.
And I'll just nod back.
Amazing communication skills.
I mean, what else do paladins really need to do?
That's true.
I will say, Omen probably has seen them in a dream one time. Now, like seeing them in person, probably this is flooding to you as what you actually saw in that dream. But what you saw was a strange bunch of individuals, some of which don't seem to be here at the moment, from overhead on a ship. You saw them in fancy attire, dressed to the nines, entering a long ship that seemed to have lights echoing out of many different sections of it. They were walking with what looked to be strange allies that are no longer here.
Okay. And in case anyone's curious, here's the picture of Omen.
Oh, this is your, No, this is a different character. Okay. What kind of elf is she?
She's a moon elf.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Omen says, I think I've seen all of you in a dream before. But not all of you. Strange.
That's not cryptic.
Do you normally see people in dreams, or should we be concerned about that?
I don't know, Graham, does you normally see people in dreams?
As a moon elf, you have strange dreams. Your tie to the goddess of Saloon is stronger than most could ever anticipate or hope for. And while you aren't a lofty presence within that community, you're not a cleric, you're not, a paladin of her. There is that tie that you do have with the moon. And it does show you things from time to time. Omens of sorts.
And when I had the dream about these people, did it feel like a good omen or a bad one?
It felt good. You get the sense that the moon is favorable to these individuals.
It was a good dream. The moon likes all of you.
I love that. The moon's on our side, guys. The sun, we don't know so much.
The sun, yeah, the thing we be in most of the time. Yeah.
It's not a good give or take, I guess.
I see all their bullshit. I don't want to say anymore. Okay, interesting. Um, um, I don't really know what to say anymore. Oh,
Well,
I think I need to go for a walk.
Some crazy lady just told you the moon likes you.
Yeah. But on that note, unless they have something else directly they really need to address, Gamesh is probably going to go out and take a bottle with him.
Okay.
Oh, habits die hard.
yeah, they do. Oh. You were healing, Ganesh.
There's some stuff to unpack. There's a little bit. I thought about it. I promise.
No, I know. I just did. This is just funny to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Omen is just following her charge. So,
Yeah. He'll just sit down, and we'll just start talking, and asking questions about the resurrection, and stuff about that in general.
asking Asif?
Most likely. Asif was the one who seemed to have the most knowledge, so he's just going right towards Asif with all the questions.
Amazing. What are his questions?
You know,
What did it take to get to this? And-
yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You get the
Well-
sense... Yeah, Asif gets the sense that, just so you know, this is a very young elf. It's basically Omen is protecting a teenager who's...
Oh no, not a teen.
Yeah, this is a teenage elf who is getting...
Poor Omen.
He's fascinated by religion right now, and so he's just trying to learn as much as he can, which is commendable. But...
He's in a phase, guys.
Alright, so... Alright, so... First kid, you gotta kill your dad. Alright, get that out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Second, you have to join a group of adventurers, and kill a vampire. Okay? And then you have to learn how to control lightning. Alright? And once you get the hang of lightning and the thunder, then, once you're tight with your god, they'll let you heal people. And also bring them back to life. But only, like, a little bit, and there's a lot of restrictions on it. But it's, like, still pretty cool. And then you just gotta, like, keep blowing shit up, and then go on a ship, again, for the second time in your life. But this time you don't kill any parental figures. You just are there with your brother. And then you're like me.
Interesting.
And that's basically it. I'm noticing you weren't taking any notes.
So basically, she just tells the story of her life.
Basically.
Yeah, but really sums it up in a
Don't-
very ignoring all of her trauma way.
Yeah, you forgot you have to kill the racist son of the vampire that you were the
Oh, right, yeah.
You have to do that. That's very
Interesting,
important.
okay. Maybe I can ask...
And God will love you.
So you've all faced a vampire before?
More like 2?
Oh, wow.
We-
Or
no,
was
we
it-
faced-
I think-
we-
My
faced more than-
grandfather said he faced a vampire once. Maybe I can ask him about it too. Like, are the stories correct then?
I guess
You know,
it depends on what the stories you're talking
Did
about.
you use garlic to fight them? Did you like throw
No.
garlic at them or anything? Does that not work?
No, we hit them with our weapons until they died, and then we smashed their coffin into bits and pieces.
Yeah, I hit him with lightning. It works a charm, but also god magic. That
God.
shit's great against vampires. Like, it's like fire but less hot, you know?
Yeah, like
Know what radiant is?
yeah, radiant.
Yeah, that. Is that what
Yeah.
that's called?
Yeah.
Sick.
My grandfather is a paladin, and he told me a story about trying to reclaim the bodies of his family who were killed, and he encountered a vampire on the way. He had to kill it.
Did he destroy its coffin?
I don't remember. I think he was kind of busy. Have you ever heard of the city of Bana?
Yes.
The
Actually-
ruins there are filled with undead. The entire city itself. My grandfather doesn't like talking about it often, but he was there.
Oh, how unfortunate for him.
He told me about it one time, and it was hard for him to talk about it. But he told me he fought his way through hordes of undead to bring back our ancestral families' bodies. I think he had to hunt them down as well. I think
Damn, dude.
it's the life he lives. But I think he told me about a vampire he had to kill there. So, yeah. Maybe if
Did
I
this
have...
have a name?
Hmm?
Did this vampire have a name?
I don't think he said it had a name. I think he said it was fairly weak. It was some spawn of something.
I see.
I doubt he would ever want to return. It's been 400 years since he went there. Almond, would you help me kill a vampire if I needed to? Would my family's protection go that far?
I suppose that would. I think it would, as long as I'm still ordered to protect you.
That's very good to know.
Although I don't believe I'm very good at killing undead. Never had to do it before.
Even with your blade?
Well, my blade does many things, but it's not more useful against undead than it is anything else.
What does your blade do, if I may ask?
Oh, well, it's a moon blade. It's passed down and such. It's very good at finding its mark and cuts deep. And I've noticed that severing the spinal cord can be quite easy with it.
Hmm.
And it's very light. Would you like to hold it?
Would you mind if I held it for 10 minutes?
I mean, I suppose as long as you don't walk away with it.
No, I'll sit right here and hold it for 10 minutes.
I don't see why not.
Right, great. As soon as she hands it to me, I start casting Identify as a ritual.
Yeah.
I couldn't not.
Okay, so should I just explain all the things this does?
Explain the history of the weapon first.
Yeah, okay, so moon blades are This one specifically was crafted by the goddess Saloon and given to a family of elves that, through worship of her, went from high elves to moon elves. And they were charged with this sword to protect like the sanctity of the goddess. So it's been passed down through 7 generations and has come to Omen at this point. And it can do some cool stuff. It's a Vorpal sword. Crits on a 19 or 20. It has the finesse property and does an extra 1d6 damage.
Okay.
And although it's a moonblade, which are usually made out of like a moon enhanced material, this one seems to be made out of some kind of black metal. One could call it a strange material for its given purpose.
Yeah. Seer, you've at this point identified many powerful objects in this world. This is probably one of the most powerful things you've ever held in your hands.
Perfect. I will hand it back.
Might I ask what you were casting there?
Oh,
I'm not very familiar with magic.
I was casting Identify. Wait, so you know what Identify is then? Yes.
That tells you what a magic thing does, right?
Exactly. So I know what your sword does now.
Ah, I see.
Now I
Do
know
you
how to
happen
push
to
you
know
in
what
combat.
metal it is made out of?
I don't know. I don't think it was ever told to anyone in my family what it's made out of exactly.
Fair enough.
We
Well,
tend to not question blessings given by the gods.
understandable. Thank you for letting me hold it.
You're very welcome. And she will sheath her blade again.
All right.
Okay.
And I think at that point, Omen is probably going to turn to her charge that I don't remember the name of. And I believe it's time we get going for your next appointment.
Yeah, you're right. It was wonderful talking to you, Asif.
Same.
Good luck on your resurrection.
She'll do like a little 2-talon salute.
Yeah, and he'll quickly get up and begin walking.
As they leave, I'm just gonna wave and say, "Have a good day."
Yeah. They step out. Gamesh, you're walking the streets?
Yep.
Okay. Are you doing anything specific or just wandering?
Just wandering while he drinks.
Okay. It is not that late into the day at all. As you begin to drink, you can see the city is flooded with activity as soldiers begin filtering their way in. You can see those who are wounded are immediately being taken to any place that will heal them. Major religious sites. You can see temples of Lathander beginning to fill up. The buzz of the city and the word that you can hear as many people are walking about and traveling, trying to find those who were in the battle and learn about what happened, is one of victory.
Okay.
And yeah, you spend the day drinking. No one stops you. There are some weird looks from elves as they walk past, specifically some high elves. But the city is in a change of mood. The news spreading of the victory of these elves here of Guanistan. There, you begin to hear celebrations. You see bars open up for the first time in probably a long time, after being under siege for so long. And as you walk across the streets, you are invited to a couple of them.
He declined. He's not really in a celebratory mood.
Okay. Yeah. You alone just move through the city streets. Eventually, you all take that well-deserved long rest. Time flies, and eventually, Asif, you gain your spell slots. After a couple naps on the pews of the church, you're ready to cast the spell if you wish.
Yeah, take out a very nice diamond. Cast Raise Dead.
Okay. Roll me a d20, please.
Not very good.
Okay. As Asif begins the ritual to raise Ystrid from the dead, are any of you doing anything?
Faraday is just still holding Ystrid.
Okay.
I think I'll start playing some music on my bass axe.
Make a performance check. Okay. In the quiet temple of Saloon, as the ritual begins, Asif, you hear a soft melody beginning to be played. You yourself have never I don't believe, resurrected anyone.
He resurrected Gamesh.
Yeah.
Resurrected Gamesh, yeah. Never with a raise dead spell, however. There is something very calming about the music that Belric plays as it spreads throughout the church that calms you down, and any anxiety that Asaph had about this begins to slowly fade away as you channel the power of your deity. You feel the energy flow through you and into Ystrid's corpse. You all watch as bluish light, in the form of slight arcing bolts of lightning, spread from her fingertips, these winged tips, into the chest of Ystrid, into the gem, this very expensive material. And you watch as it glows bright blue and swells in color further and further as a combination of the music being played and the chanting from Asaph eventually swells. And in unison, as Belric finishes one of his chords, the gem shatters into small pieces of dust that float in the air for but a moment and begin to swirl and begin to settle across Ystrid's entire body. All of you feel your heart go into your chest, into your throat, as you wait. An hour having passed, Asaph, you feel warm, hot. You feel the blood pumping in your brain as you feel like you've just worked out or ran, and you just feel like the blood and adrenaline pumping through you. Same with Belric, same with Faradir. The stress of the situation rising to a point. And you wait, and you wait. The only people to catch it are Faradir and Asaph, with their high passive perceptions and how close Faradir is to the body. There is no sharp intake of breath. All you hear is the slightest intake of breath, almost unnoticeable. The chest barely moves up and down and up and down. Faradir, you breathe a sigh of relief. You hold Ystrid tighter, and you can feel the heartbeat. You know that Ystrid is alive.
Yeah, Faradir is just like silently crying and holding. And Asaph will probably cast like a couple healing spells just so Ystrid isn't at 1 hit point.
Ystrid doesn't wake. Even with the healing spells, you see Ystrid's eyes are still closed.
Can Asaph do a medicine check to see if this is like normal.
Make a medicine check.
Wow, typical ASIF roll. Plus 10 and she gets a 12.
It's hard to tell. You know that coming back from the dead is an ordeal. And this was a stressful death. And perhaps she's just recovering. She's alive. You can feel the heartbeat. You can see the breaths, but they are still ragged. Ystrad is lucky to be alive. She has suffered greatly at the hands of Zarin. You all spend in the tavern, the church, the next period of time resting. Faradir, you still holding Ystrad in your arms, finally knowing that she is safe, can't help but fall asleep. All of you here in the tavern, in the church, I keep saying that, just pass out. It being 4 a.m. at this point, in the wee hours. It can't be helped. Gamesh, where do you end up after 8 hours of drinking?
I would like to think that where we get mentioned up. Where we get mentioned up. I would like to think that towards the end of the 8 hours, he would have began making his way back, but you know, in the state he'd probably be in, it wouldn't be he probably wouldn't have the best sense of direction. So it kind of be up in the air where we end up. It's 8 hours of drinking is a lot of drinking. So people are celebrating if he comes across any libraries, he would see if he can find any information about Graylin.
Make an investigation check. With disadvantage, you're drunk.
Yeah, of course, of course. Huh? Wow.
Drunkenly, you stumble into what seems to be a repository of information. At this point, it is fairly late into the evening. You've probably been drinking for 4 hours at this point. Stumbling in, you ask the attendants for information on Graylin. Go ahead and make a history check with advantage to see what you find.
History.
17. In this enamored state, you're led to a small section of books and begin to be given information on Graylin. You get the typical story. There is a lot of knowledge in Guanistan about Graylin, and in this drunken state, you just flip through it, ignoring the bits you don't know, well, that you do know, and finding new bits. You learn of his influence in this region. The people saw him as one of their patron deities. Something you learn is the elves' story of a war. Near the end of Graylin's time, the King's Mountain was under attack. The Nerevarine people, who Graylin was their patron deity, were under attack, as whole cities held aloft in the clouds came to take a mountain that had risen up in the center of a whole valley. It was a terrible war. The elves acknowledged that the Nerevarine lost in the end. Their cities were sundered. Their people spread to the corners of the forest. And then, when all seemed lost, and the elves expected to see the great mountain torn from its base, the islands fled. And they tell of battles between the gods. Graylin's people never recovered fully, and soon Graylin disappeared, thought to be lost and killed in the War of the Gods. His people left leaderless. Eventually, they rebuilt. And then comes the story of this kingdom. One that you've already heard many times before. An alliance between elves, the remnants of the Nerevarine, and the dwarves of Donwillow, fighting off Banaskana. And most likely, it is here where you spend the rest of your evening, as reading is a lot, and your head slumps into the books.
Yeah.
The first one to wake in the new day, Faradir. Followed by the rest of the party, as Ystrid wakes them all up. Ganesh, you wake in the middle of a small study room in the library, head pounding.
Sounds about right.
What do you wish to do?
He'll just wake up and just be like, shit. He'll see that the sun is probably shining through some windows
Oh yeah.
and just be like, damn. Need to do better than that. Get up, close the book, start making his way out, hand it to whoever the attendant is, the librarian of sorts, or whoever they want to call themselves. And
Yeah, you take the book, close it up, stand up, go out in the front door. You can see a couple of attendants walk by, walking through the space in this early morning. You see one kind of looks at you, kind of confused, and cocks his head. You see he kind of taps another one. You see they look at each other and kind of walk over. Excuse me, sir, what are you doing?
I'm leaving.
How did you get in here?
I woke up in here.
You woke up? You went to sleep in here?
Seeing as my... Yeah.
Do you know how you got in here?
I guess the front door.
The front door was locked. Did you break in, or...?
Is the door still there?
Yes, it is.
Then I didn't break it. That's the only way I know how to get in somewhere. I'm not supposed to be able to break it.
Oh, do you know who you talked to last night? Were you let in? Just no one checked?
Listen, I drunk a lot last night.
You see he kind of waves over another attendant. You see like an older individual kind of steps forward. What is it? This person that apparently just woke up in here. You closed last night. Did you let him in? Yeah. I didn't let him in. I saw him last night. He was banging on the door to come in. I told him we were closed and sent him on his way. How did you get in here?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I remember was reading a book, and that was it.
Can I see the book?
I pull out the book.
You see this older elven individual takes it, opens it up, starts thumbing through the pages. You see a couple pages are stuck together. 20 gold.
Whatever.
You drooled on the book. What am I to do?
Here.
This is an ancient copy, too. God damn it. You see he takes your money. Please leave and don't come back, okay?
Got it. And I just stumbled out.
Yeah.
What did I come back to?
As you stumble out of the library, you just hear them chatting about just brainstorming of how the hell you got into a locked library.
Yeah, because, like I said, if I didn't break the door down, there's only so much I really could have did.
Congrats on being banned from a library, by the way.
Ganesh vented, guys. I saw him do it.
Yeah, Ganesh, somehow you just broke into a library.
Look, I'm like Indiana Jones.
God.
Like, these high investigation and history roles. They have.
I just came back to hear, don't come back again. I was like, what did Ganesh do while I was getting food?
He went to go find a book while drunk.
And I found it.
Listen,
Yeah.
You know drunk people can't read.
I read very well. I read better when I'm drunk. Thank you very much.
How?
Somehow he got into a library. Who knows?
Without breaking the door, 'cause that's my main method of getting to places.
It's a pretty good method. It's usually pretty effective. Except in our basement, that wasn't effective.
No,
Yeah.
we've got like a special door. We've got like an extra strong door.
Yeah. Reinforced by magic and whatnot.
It's
so,
immune to shoulders at high speed.
basically.
We
Basically.
we got the perk of a non-breakable door.
And a lot of debt.
Yeah, Gamesh, you find it hard to remember who your attendant was.
Honestly, he doesn't really give a shit. He knows that if he really broke in, you'd know that he broke in. There would be no kind of questions about it. There would be a broken door off the hinges.
And
No, yeah, and I didn't cast any magic as far as my knowledge goes. So
you can walk through stone, right?
yeah, should I be missing a spell slot, Graham?
Nope.
Okay, then I didn't do it. It doesn't get any simpler than that.
If you want, you can make a history check.
Please roll in
With
that
disadvantage. With disadvantage.
Of course. Like on top of that, he's not like he's still very hungover, so like a part of him doesn't really give a shit. He's like, I read a book, man. I don't give a fuck right now.
one. Me when I read a book.
Yeah, you cannot remember anything really. All you do is you remember the book you read. You don't remember anything else.
Gamesh is such a
So-
wild drunk. He breaks into libraries and reads.
And reads. Who the
Yeah.
fuck? Oh,
Me.
you would imagine him getting in a bar fight. He's like, "Where's Gamesh at? Let's go to the library."
It's his thinking place. Most people like a rooftop or a beach cliff. Gamesh likes the library.
He likes the ink smudged on his face. But yeah, he's just gonna make his way slowly, sloppily back to the church.
Church.
Yeah.
Oh.
As you return back to the church, at this point, the party is fully awakened, as Ystrid is awoken.
Did I get a long rest with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That the book was a really nice pillow.
Look, Graylin has comforted me in more ways than one.
But yeah, you all see Ystrid. At this point, she has woken up Faradir. That was the first person who she woke up in the morning. Faradir, you open your eyes to a slight tap on your shoulder as you see Ystrid has slightly sit up and just smiles at you as you open your eyes.
I will smile back and hug very tightly.
She will hug you right back, and you hear a whisper in your ear. I'm so happy you came for me.
I mean, how could I not?
I was worried for you.
For me? I was worried about you.
How did it go?
Well, we killed him, and I think maybe a few cloud giants died in the battle, but not as many as if it had been a full war. And now there is a floating castle for all of you.
There's still lots to do. There are. We cannot allow hatred like that to fester again.
Yes, the queen, she is dealing with all of the giants who were there willingly and those who weren't. Although I think some have also been taken prisoner by the city, but I'm sure that will work itself out. They have magics where they can see if their true intentions were.
Hopefully they can have a better outlook. We can change some minds, hopefully.
Yes, and I will be there with you.
I appreciate you
And
so much.
is the rest of the group there?
They're currently sleeping still.
Okay. I'm probably just gonna wake everyone up.
Yeah. Easy enough. The party begins to awaken. Ganesh walks in.
Faraday is going to take the blades of the macaw and hand them over to either Belric or Gamesh, whoever. I will be staying with the giants until things have calmed down, so I can help them rebuild and heal. But when you go to fight for the final battle, call on me and I will come back. But I think, at least for now, I need to stay with her. And she looks at Ystrad.
Ystrad just smiles back. Don't worry, I'll protect her.
When you hand over the horse, it's probably better to give it to Belric. Gamesh obviously looks sloppy, so.
Yeah, I should probably hand him to Belric then. I'm not sure if these will be all that great for you, but I feel like you all may need them more than I will. At least for now.
Well, I can always give them back when you come back for the final battle.
Yes, that would be great. And I think Faradir and Ystrad leave and go to join the other cloud giants.
Mm-hmm.
And Asif is going to, I guess she's also awake. So I kind of told everyone I'd be back today. So, like, as long as you're all good here, I'm a dip. It's like, we do have like a thing that we're supposed to be doing, and we kind of just took a break from it.
Go back to the ship.
Okay, cool. Love you, see you all later. And then she runs away very fast.
Oh, she said she loves us.
She hates goodbyes.
Yeah, Gamesh will just take a seat.
Anyone have any water?
Oh, Asif would have left the eyes of the eagle that Faradir lent her, and Faradir left those with the party if anyone wants to use those. Because she can't use them right now. Yeah, only so many attunement slots. But there's an Eyes of the Eagle floating around if anybody wants to use them.
Got it. So, as Faradir and Asif make their way off, the party is left with a choice. What they wish to do next. I will say, for levity's sake, you all were able to strip Zarin
Yeah,
of
I
the
thought
cloak
about
that
that.
you wished. You
thought
needed it, and
We just left it there.
I'm sure you did not leave the powerful vestige.
Okay, we have Cabal's rule now.
Yeah, if no one else grabbed it, Seer definitely would have.
Here, cast Identify. What does it do?
I should do that, but also should we meet with what is it, Lord Kamaka? The
Yeah.
Lord of Buenistan, just to does he need us to report to him, or are we like good?
I mean, the news of the victory has already reached Guanistan, so
Well,
I mean, it happened like outside, like within the city's view. Like anyone on the walls could just seen the fucking battle.
but that doesn't mean that he might not. I don't know.
It was a big battle. Not
I
gonna lie.
mean, we can. It's not
I'm gonna cast sending to the Lord and ask if we're good to go now, or if he needs anything else from us.
needs anything else. We saved the city. What the fuck else could he need?
You hear him respond.
Maybe he needs a coffee. I don't know.
You
Maybe
hear him
he wants to talk
respond.
to him.
You're fine. Working with the giants, developing strategies for heading south. Potentially, we'll attempt to retake Borodor in 2 weeks' time.
Okay, so they're planning on. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they're gonna end the siege of Borodor in at least 2 weeks' time.
All right, so they're helping us out. They're helping. Well, they're not helping us. They're helping the Demolition Team out.
And it seems the giants are willing to help as well.
Okay.
Ooh, we got giants.
Next thing I would like to do is I would like to cast sending to Cormith and update him on that whole thing. About Guanistan helping us with Borodor and the giants as well.
Okay. Is that all you say?
Is there anything? Unless anyone else has anything they want me to say it to Cormith.
Oh, just the update should be good.
Yeah.
Okay. He responds in turn. Good. Get the last vestiges as fast as possible. Once Borodor is retaken, we want to strike into the Underdark quick. Need you all.
Okay. I'll tell the group that we have 2 weeks to get the last 2 vestiges, or 3, or however many there are.
2 of them left.
2, 3, 4. No, it's a handful.
Yeah, we gotta go 2 more places.
I assume we were able to help those, to think those that helped with the battle, except for the lay.
Yeah. At this point, Zircon, after he teleported you back, would have, said his congratulations, would have dipped. Asaph helped you. That was really it.
I don't think we're about to thank each individual soldier.
We didn't need our dragons.
Like at the end of a sports game where you shake hands with every single player on the opposite team.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did that, but in Scholar Bowl, because sports are hard. But they do the same thing in Scholar Bowl.
Hey, look. All
It's
about
like a
sportsmanship.
sport, it's just you're
Sportsmanship.
sitting down and answering questions the whole time.
The brain
It's
is also
trivia.
the brain is also a muscle. So.
Yeah, and I was also bad at that, so really I wasn't good at any kind of sports if you think about it.
So,
Is D&D a sport?
I say yes.
A math game.
with Cabal's Ruin in your repertoire, who takes Cabal's Ruin?
Well, what is it?
What does it do?
Identify.
Cabal's Ruin is a cloak. Currently, it is awakened. Thus, the cloak has 6 charges. It gains 1d4 plus 2 charges daily at dawn. You can use the Swallow spell ability to gain resistance to a spell. To the damage type of that spell. And you can choose to expend your charges to do a d6 extra lightning damage per charge expended. To one target.
Ooh.
Alright, who's got attunement slots open?
Nobody.
Cool, great!
Well, first, who wants it?
What do I have? Who am I tuned
You guys have a lot of magic items.
to? Yeah.
Out of character, probably not great for me to have it.
Wait, why?
Just, I mean, I'm assuming you all figure Omen is gonna be my temp character here, but she wouldn't need it.
Oh. What is Seer tuned to?
Me?
Yeah.
I am attuned to the Dreamcatcher, Baba Yaga, the Knife Mandolin, and my Archivist goggles. I am willing to take my Archivist goggles off.
I mean, you already have like a plus 38 to investigation and stuff anyway.
Is that what this thing does?
It gives you advantage on a lot of those.
I would love advantage on investigation checks.
But you,
Well,
man, you
you have
already
advantage
have
to history checks,
expertise.
right?
You don't need.
Okay, but if you make me just super good at investigation checks, I'll never fail.
Yeah.
I mean, this is very powerful for going in combat.
Know what?
Yeah.
Mabehi probably could use this.
I bet he probably could.
Actually, yeah, Mabehi doesn't have any of the vestiges yet. Mabehi will
No.
take it.
Yeah, Mabehi will take
Yeah.
it.
If Mabehi gets hit by a spell now, they can store the power into it.
They'll have to see her first.
Yes. Well, that doesn't even have to be if they see her. It's if they are hit by magic, I believe. You don't have to be.
Yeah, it could be an AoE, I guess.
Yeah.
She gets hit by fireball.
Targeted by an enemy's spell, you can use your reaction to have the cloak swallow part of the spell.
Okay. So she's good, and now she has advantage on those saving throws.
Mm-hmm. And they
And
would
other
gain
magical
resistance to
effects.
that damage.
Yeah.
I will
All right.
add it to the sheet.
Good. Good. Because I was thinking about this as we keep the messages. I was like, man, we really don't have the attunement slots for this.
Yeah.
We need an artificer to attune to multiple things.
All right, who's ready to kill their character? All right, so
The last two vestiges that you do know
all right,
of
our kiss
is
of the Changebringer and plate of the Dawn Martyr.
yeah. So a necklace and plate armor.
So, Belric, one of those is right up yours.
Yep, that's the only person who wears plate armor.
The only other person.
Omen was wearing plate armor.
Is Omen going to be fighting Garishtal with us?
Oh wait, no, she's not. Never mind.
I'm about to say, Lord, I'm like, how many characters are you about to have during this final combat?
No. It'll
Yeah.
just be Faradir. It's fine. I forgot that you're talking about the final fight. Like up until the final fight,
Yeah.
it could be either of them.
Okay. All right. So,
You watch as Mebehi puts on the cloak and begins to attune to it. And you watch as little lightning bolts streak down as Mebehi begins to walk. It's almost like a static that seems to trail behind Mebehi now.
can't wait to explain that to her.
I don't know. The colors kind of clash with her whole palette.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
We can get it dyed, I think. Can you do that to us?
Yeah, can we dye a magic item brown? Can we make it brown?
Yeah, let's make a vestige. One of the most powerful artifacts in this world, brown.
But her colors aren't brown.
Yeah.
Remember, she has like the Assassin's Creed cloak now, so she actually has white and red right now.
Can we dye it?
Oh, I thought it was still brown.
And I'm pretty sure she showed the
I don't know.
Assassin's Creed's with colors last time we got our wardrobe changes. Okay.
Can we just change the skin on the venom?
Yeah, Grandma, there are multiple skins for these legendary items. Can we unlock them?
You gotta open up a loot box.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dark leather. It's not too bad. Like, what's Mebehi's like current color palette?
I could have swore she got like.
I
the
thought it was
Assassin's Creed
brown
color.
and red,
I
but
think she
maybe
got
it's red and white?
Yeah. Then she get
It's
like the
red
Assassin's
and brown. It looks like in the little photo.
Creed- No, yeah, but remember, like when we got our wardrobe changes updated, she said she wanted like the Assassin's Creed cloak thingy.
Hmm.
I'm pretty
I mean,
sure.
I don't think it has to be like white. Like, there's darker Assassin's
Yeah, like
Creed clothes.
I don't know what color she said. I just know she wanted that cloak, so I don't know. We have to ask her.
We shall. We'll look into it.
We have to ask her. Right. All right. All right. I gotta get. Gotta wake up. All right. We have 2 more packages we have to get. The kiss of the Changebringer, and the plate of the Dawn Martyr. Wait. What was that, what were the elves talking about yesterday? The ones that introduced themselves.
Oh, the resurrection of Faradir and also his Medial's grandfather's expedition to Bana.
Right. We need to talk to him. We need to find them.
Medial or his grandfather?
Well, I assume finding Medea would lead us to his grandfather.
Fair enough.
Because that's where the kiss of the Changebringer is. In the Bana ruins.
So someone with past knowledge would probably be helpful.
I will go look into that then.
But I'm gonna wait to see if anyone else has anything they need to say.
So you're attempting to find the individuals you saw yesterday. The elves?
Medela Roll. Yeah, Medela Roll and Omen.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Alright.
God damn!
You don't need it.
Unnecessary.
We're changing out your attunements. I don't care what you say.
I don't. What do you mean? I don't even have advantage on any of those.
Exactly, but that's what your goggles, your little thingies do. They give you
No,
advantage.
that's history.
Oh.
It's knowledge checks, not investigation checks.
I guess. I guess.
There are goggles for history?
Yeah, it's my archivist goggles. I read 3 times as fast. And
Oh.
on knowledge checks. I can also comprehend languages once a day, reading only.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Very useful item.
They are.
Do you know the commonality of that item?
No.
Okay, I'm legit asking. I was just legit curious.
Sounds like uncommon or rare.
I think it is uncommon.
Nah, I think it's.
It sounds like
It's not game
similar
breaking or anything.
to other
Yeah.
uncommon items.
I
Because,
remember
like,
we
the eyes of
got
the
that.
eagle give you advantage on perception.
Phew.
Yeah, I just don't know where my deck of cards went.
It was in the library when we were going through the Stormcrown Mountains,
Yeah.
and after we fought the what was it?
It's rare.
It's rare. And after we fought the what was the Helm Tour,
Yeah.
and then we went into the library, and that's where we found them.
Mm-hmm. That's where you found Cassell and saved him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it. It's
I sent an image of it in chat.
yeah. I found it on Twitter.
On Twitter of all places.
Wait, really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know. I just looked up D&D Archivist goggles. They're Archivist spectacles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the picture I saw.
Yeah.
It's from Twitter originally, I guess. Maybe I don't know.
It was a guy. It's a guy I follow on Twitter who he makes art like this all the time, and just he'll just post
Yeah.
like, random objects. They're so cool, and I bought
And they
like
be so nice.
I literally bought a deck of cards, and that's where I pulled it out from. I literally like randomized it and pulled out one of the cards.
James Gifford.
Mm-hmm. He's really good.
No, yeah.
I highly suggest.
There's a few people on Instagram with
I
like that.
Shout out on Graham's Twitch stream.
Shout out.
Oh yeah,
on the
I
stream.
support.
Yeah.
I literally have I sent the photo of the cloak?
Which
We
Yeah.
support artists, and you should too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the I literally had him custom make me the cloak that Belg's wearing. I have it in person. The dancer.
Nice.
I think I've posted it before. Definitely have.
Yeah, I think you
I
have.
think so. Yeah, I think when we first got it, you posted it.
Oh, of the sun cloak? Yes.
Yeah, it's
The
nice.
sun and moon cloak,
Mhm. It's nice.
I think.
He did that. I love it. It's one of my favorite things I've ever commissioned. But yes. What were we talking about?
Finding Medeal.
Me every day.
Yeah. Yes, the investigation check. There we go. It's easy enough. The second you say the name Liaro, the last name of Medeal, you are immediately brought to one of the oldest manors in the city. A large, beautiful building. The construction is different than a lot of the construction around it. It is a strange mix of new and old architecture that Seer noticed reminds you of ruins in Stanton. Specifically, the building style of old Bana, Skana architecture. But it is mixed with an elven flair and a more modern taste. It is beautiful. Walking up, you see an assortment of guards. It seems like a personal house guard kind of step forward. Can we help you?
Possibly. Looking for someone named Medeal, Arol, and Omen.
It's Medeal Liaro.
Liaro.
Yeah.
Whoops.
You're good. An Omen. Why do you wish to speak to them?
We met them the other night, and Medeal was talking about how his grandfather went to Bana, and I just wanted to ask a few more questions about that.
You hear footsteps come from behind them, and you all turn and see a familiar face of Omen walking down the steps. Omen, you noticed the individuals approach the manor and, are coming to greet them.
Hello, everyone. Did I hear my name?
Yes, I was looking for you and your charge.
Do I know where he is?
He's inside.
Okay, I figured, but you know.
I would hope you know where he
Yeah.
is.
You had a dream about them last night.
I was actually coming to look for all of you as well. I had another dream about all of you last night, and it seems like I'm supposed to be with you all. On a boat of sorts. So, technically, Medeal is no longer my charge. But I could probably bring you to him.
That ended fast.
Do you say that out loud?
Oh no, that was a me thing. Now that go ahead.
Yes, so I pulled some strings, and if it is all right with all of you, I would like to accompany you.
Can you, would you mind giving us a list of people that you've worked for in the past?
Surely, I can write up a list for you.
Perfect.
Actually, Omen probably has a list on her. She's a professional. Yeah, she just hands you her resume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
And
make
it's
sure
got a list of a bunch of nobles in the city.
I'm just gonna make sure that none of these no's seem like names of Isildur that I know of.
Are any of these anagrams of Isildur?
Are they all an anagram of Isildur?
Yeah.
Look at the first letter of each name.
Is
rearrange them.
Medeal an anagram of Isildur?
Make an investigation check.
Oh goodness.
The paranoia is back, y'all. 21.
Reading through them, all the names combined together can definitely spell out Isildur.
Ooh.
If you pick and choose the letters that you want to spell out Isildur.
You pick up. If I take 2 letters from this name, 3 letters from this name, no letters from this name.
Suspicious enough to be. I'm gonna make a note of that. Omen may work for Isildur. We don't know. We don't know.
We don't
It's
know.
a possibility.
It's there. It's not off the table.
It's never off the table.
Like 2 days ago, I was told that like someone who works for Wendelin was hiring people to spy on us, and now someone's like, "Yeah, I'm just leaving my charge to come with you guys."
Yeah, that is sketchy as fuck, though.
There's benefits to being the chosen one.
And one of them are people are always suspicious of you. No one.
Well, that's a downside, not a benefit. Downside is that people are suspicious.
Or they're trying to kill you, usually.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
That's why you just get a job where you get to have a sword.
But that's what most chosen ones end up doing, though.
What
Yeah.
languages do you speak?
Oh, I believe there's Abyssal, Elvish, Primordial, Undercommon, and the language we're speaking now.
English.
English.
English. That's exactly what it is. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue on.
Are you in need of a interpreter?
No. Actually. Since you
Okay.
can understand any language. So it's not necessary. I was just curious.
Right.
Maybe
Well,
I should go with-
Yeah, let's get the
like I said, it's if you're all willing, I would like to accompany you, but I mean, you're free to decline.
that. I just like knowing things about people who will be working with me. That's all.
We would be some real jackets. Nah, Lord, make another character. We don't.
Hey,
we don't
give
want
me
this one.
give me 10 minutes.
You so me? No, consider this a stamp of approval, if anything.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not killing you.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Do you guys want this bodyguard or the mass murderer that I also was thinking of playing?
The mass
Oh,
murderer.
Yeah,
You did give
of
us an
course.
option.
better.
Oh yeah, I would love to see Belric and Mass Murder in the same party.
That'd be interesting.
Oh god, Belric
Same party.
would hate Bishop so much.
Oh,
Bishop is neutral evil. She's a bad person. She
Yes.
kills indiscriminately.
play Bishop.
If we go evil campaign, I'm playing her because she's a terrible person with no morals at all. And I love that about her.
I have
She
3
gives
characters for evil
Zero
campaign.
fucks.
I have 3 characters for evil campaign.
Graham, you heard us. Evil campaign next.
Evil.
We're the villains.
we're going to change history in the worst way possible.
Oh yeah.
Grant's like, I'll have villains for years to come. Okay. Well, I don't see why not, but I feel like it'd almost be an insult to even say it, but we often find ourselves in a lot of life or death situations.
Well, naturally. I assumed you were an adventuring party of sorts.
Just had to throw out that information.
Well, the sword isn't only decorational, it is quite useful in battle as well.
Well, I don't have a problem with it. What about you guys?
Problem that I usually have.
Okay.
How do you feel about killing people, Omen?
If it's for a just cause, then, you know, if it's the only option.
It'll work out then.
He said, "What about if we have maybe like one or two other options?" And like, I'm not saying it's like we have a bunch of like the options are limited, and killing is just the easiest one. Yeah. All right.
Can't hurt you if they're dead.
Exactly. All right. All right. Well, now that that's settled, mind if we talk to Medeo?
Sure thing, I can bring you to him. I'm assuming I have that authority. Or at least the waning authority.
Yeah, waning authority.
Cool. Yeah, I'll bring him inside. These people seem fine. Actually, can I do an insight check? Are these guys gonna try and kill Medill?
Make an insight check.
Ooh.
Well, no, that is Omen's stats. Just forgot to change the name.
Oh, damn it! She found me out.
What was Omen's insight check for?
To see if we're
To
going
see if you, to see if you guys are here to murder this child.
They're not.
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll bring him inside.
in another life.
Yeah. Maybe if he fucked up last night, but he didn't.
Cool, and hopefully nobody stops us on the way. Omen's just gonna walk as if she has full rights to be where she is. Very confidently, because that's how you get shit done.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You walk in, and the situation you left the home in is one of like just a typical day that is turned a little weird. You take the party into a well-built, beautiful manor, and immediately make your first left into what looks to be a massive, very comfortable, furnished, almost waiting room of sorts. You can see an older, really old elf is currently sitting by the fire, just warming their old bones, and you see they kind of look towards you all, and you recognize this individual. They were at the top of the castle and jumped off of it earlier in the previous day. Across from them, you can see Medil. Liara is currently talking to him, almost scolding him. You hear him say, "Grandfather, you know you're getting too old to do that." And he kind of looks over as his grandfather looks at you all. "Oh, hello again.
Hello. So these kind people just wanted to speak to Medill here. Just very briefly, if that's alright."
You hear the old elf speak. "You're always welcome in our home, Omen."
And she'll just give like a little half bow and then step to the side to let everyone else speak.
What do you guys need to talk about?
Yes, they came to talk to him, and I'll gesture towards his grandfather.
Yeah. Ryman, are you okay? I'm fine. Go help your father. You see he stands and gives you all a couple nods and walks off. Please. That's it. I have enough experience with weariness to see a bunch of weary souls.
Oh, alright. Well, I assume you already know then about current events going on southeast.
I am well aware.
Alright. Well, we seek to quell that problem. And in doing so, we're seeking out the vestiges. And to our knowledge, there is one, Kiss of the Changebringer. And its current location is in the ruins of Bana. And from what your grandson told us, you're a bit of an expert.
He has a big mouth, doesn't he?
Takes pride in his family name.
I was there. I grew up in Bana. A long, long time ago.
Alright. From what we know, the vestige is in the hands of vampires. What type of opposition should we expect?
You see this old individual turns towards all of you. You saw him in the castle. He's an ancient elf. Should be gone. Should be long dead. And you can see the years. And for an elf, that is a strange sight. There is a pain behind his eyes. You should expect the worst. I do not know fully what befell. That damned emperor. But he killed every citizen and brought them all back to undead life. The city streets are patrolled by hordes of skeletons. And worse, strange abominations that have festered and grown for 700 years. It is the weak ones that flee the city, escape out into the fields. The strong ones, they sit and they wait, and they grow ever stronger. I only dealt with a spawn. He was easy enough. A true vampire is not. I never told my grandson this. But I believe where there is one, there are many more. And a city of undead is the perfect place for a vampire to hide. They won't be attacked. They can build their own society in the ruins of that city, and we can't do anything. I wouldn't go in there guns a-blazing. Go in smart. Talk to them if you can. For I'm sure they will know you're there.
Wouldn't be our first time being diplomatic with vampires.
Is that something we want to advertise?
This is a simple little thing. We didn't go into any details. He can ask more if he wants to, but
Oh. Yeah, it is a whole city. Ruins or not.
A word of advice. If you've dealt with them before, watch your minds. Many may try to ensnare you. It would be easy for them to do it.
And that one I know all too well. All right. All right, since you grew up there, is there a method of entry that you recommend?
By land would be difficult. The paladins and the death monks set up a border along the edges of it. There, they can hold back large swaths of the undead armies. They may question you. Those guards, and, well, living life attracts them. You would have to sneak by a lot. I would suggest going by sea. Small rowboats should be easily undetected. No one really guards the old port. From there you could gain access to the city. If the vampires were to hide anywhere, it would be in the Emperor's old fortress on the eastern mountainside. It's built deep into the rock. It would be easy to hide from the sun there.
All right. All right. I suppose that's all we're really probably going to get.
I didn't stay long. The longer you stay, the more undead might be drawn to you. You're a paladin, correct? looking towards Belric.
I'll say, yes, sir.
Keep them safe.
I'll do my best.
That city is evil. You will feel it is a sickness upon your soul, just standing in it. You can't cure it. I wish you all luck.
Thanks.
Truly.
Alright, well. After the battle, hate to interfere anymore with your rest.
I do not mind. The years I have left are short. It always is nice to have new company. You all remind me of myself when I was younger. Stick together. You see, he turns his head back towards the warm fire, reaches for a small cup, and just holds it in both hands. You take that as a signal to depart. Stepping into the foyer, you turn for the door and begin to head out. Many of you will notice a small bit of architecture that is strange and interesting, especially to you, Gamesh. In the middle of a dual curled staircase that goes up to a second floor, sunken about 4 or 5 feet into the very granite marble flooring, is a beautiful, intricate sword covered in runes. And instantly, Gamesh, you recognize it as one of Graylin's.
Sword of Graylin. Okay. Is it the same sword during from the one shot?
Yeah.
It is. Okay. That's why it has the properties of being able to open up the fire flame.
At least it's in good hands.
I'll just carry on. I don't feel the need to have it in my possession or anything. It's been protected up to this point. And after he took on, what, 3 giants by himself, I'm pretty sure it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You all exit the building, head down the steps. The guards let you pass. What is your plan now? Your next goal.
We're definitely gonna need to get to Bana.
So, we have 2 weeks. We need to hit these ruins, and we also need to go to the Cult Cliffs. So, I assume we'll be doing Windwalk, and we won't be flying into the ruins. He said we should probably go by sea. So what would be the closest place? What would be the closest? I guess basically at this, I guess we would get as close as we can before getting to actually Bana and finding a place where we can then get a rowboat and.
Well, I mean, he didn't know you could fly. You could
Oh.
just fly
We could
into
just fly
Bana.
in.
The only issue is you will most likely have to fly out as well.
That is also true. I mean, actually, I have other methods. I could teleport us somewhere.
You all do have teleportation abilities. You know, that
Yeah.
is one other way to get out.
Okay. Okay, we could still come by sea. We could just fly along the coast and then circle around from the ocean side, water side. Okay. So. Yeah. It's the ruins of Havana, an undead place, though. I'm not expecting too many trees. Well, maybe they'll have. Do the trees have to be alive for you to be able to cast the spell? Or does it have to be a tree?
Between a larger inanimate plant. It has to be a plant.
So a dead tree doesn't count.
No.
Okay, it has to be alive, thriving.
Yep. Can't even be an undead tree.
Okay. Okay. Well, maybe it'll come up. Okay. So, I guess Windwalk along the coast. And once we start getting close, we'll circle around and come in from the Starfall Sea. Coming from the water.
Okay.
That's my plan. Anyone can object at any point in time. I am not the de facto leader. We all know that's here.
Well, sounds a good plan to me.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Alright. There you are, muted in case you are talking. Don't know. Oh. Well, that's 3 yays. And no objections from anyone else, so I assume that is our method for entering.
Okay. So, no other preparations?
My preparations aren't really too. I could. Hmm. I will actually cast.
How close to the city are we touching down?
We'll be pretty much in the city when we finally land.
Okay. I have something to do like after we land, not before.
Okay. How long does this? Oh, it's only for an hour. Never mind. That ain't gonna work. Okay.
Yeah, actually, how far away is the city from where we are right now?
The ruins of Bana are about 80 miles away.
And since we'll have wind walk, that's really not gonna be any time for us. Because we normally start like from here and be flying places. So.
Okay, then I guess before we leave, I'll do my inspiration to everyone.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool beans. Cool beans.
What's that? What does that do?
You get a
D6, like inspiration
D6.
die.
He plays
Or-
a nice little tune.
Oh, are you a bard?
No, it's from his
It's for
his
my
weapon.
yeah, for my
His-
strings.
his
Oh,
base.
right.
But I believe it lasts for like 8 hours.
It does.
Cool.
Is there?
And that's for like an attack or a saving throw?
Yep,
I think
basically same as a bardic inspiration.
Okay, cool, cool.
It's a Belric inspiration. Is there anything we need to put in a demiplane right now? Figured I'd ask before we leave.
I think I'm good.
I'm just, it's a really good vault. So
Yeah?
I mean, since I am carrying the Blaze McCall, we can put them in there because I don't think I won't be able to really use them, nor anyone else. I think.
okay.
I mean, if you like pull them out and Omen can see them, she'd probably ask to take a look at them.
Yeah, I'll hand them over.
Okay, Graham. When I pick up these swords, does my sword like them?
Oh, your sword has a personality.
Oh,
Is my sword chill with these swords?
these are not Elvish blades.
But like, are they chill?
These are not Elvish blades.
They're not Elvish blades. And you do hear a voice come from the dark blade, and then you feel your moon blade kind of reject that blade in particular. Doesn't seem to like who's inside.
Okay, but like the other three blades are okay?
Your blade doesn't seem to like them as well.
Alright, well,
They're not Elvish.
like, not like them enough that I won't be able to use my moon blade if I'm using those.
Give me a second to fully interpret the moon blade.
Yeah, the sentience on it is a little vague.
Mhm.
Are we passing a vibe check? That's basically what this.
Yeah, if this doesn't work out, my character build is gonna be very flawed. Because I didn't think about the Moonblade's sentience when I was making this.
Shoot.
I'm not used to weapons that have a mind of their own. And I feel like as long as I'm using the blades for my purpose, it would be like the same.
Hey, look.
It will humble you and allow you to use one of the blades of McCall.
You
Okay.
choose.
Alright. I'm okay with being humbled. Let me see.
Except for that one.
Yeah, I'm assuming I can't do the Blade of Death.
Sadly, no. Not the one that is, actually inhabited by another person. That one's off the table. It is a beef with another sentient weapon.
You can't sit with us.
Unfortunate. Okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? Which one would be good?
I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you. I don't even remember them all. I remember one was fire and one was death. I
Yeah,
don't know.
there's a flame one that can cast fireball, a lightning one that can cast lightning bolt, and then a psychic one that does a d6 psychic, and I'm assuming when it's awakened it casts polymorph because it's called a blade of polymorph. But I don't know how to awaken it.
Gotta use it a
Fires.
lot.
Fire is a very common. I would say go with the blade of polymorph. Fire and lightning are somewhat common resistances. Psychic isn't.
Okay, cool. I'll take the polymorph blade.
Okay.
And
If the
besides,
party is okay with that.
it'll give you more opportunities to awaken it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna really argue this in
I'll
character.
I'll start
So,
shaking it around, seeing if that awakens it.
change me into something. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, as long as my sword is cool with this sword, we are a-okay.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna awaken it.
Well, damn. All right.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, it's literally
Yeah,
you're not gonna be able to awaken it mainly because the thing that allows you to tune to all four blades at one time is the sentient sword in the middle. Is the man who wielded it in the
Well,
Hey,
So,
look.
yeah,
You
In that
think
case-
psychic damage ain't bad.
I'll take the lightning sword. I want to do lightning.
Okay.
It's cool. It's a blue blade. That's cool.
Yeah, and you can cast lightning bolt from it, so you have a spell that you can cast.
Yeah, I'll take the blade of lightning, and we can put the other three in a pocket dimension printout.
And you're just not going to be able to switch like Faradir can, because Faradir,
Yeah,
I've said it can.
that's completely reasonable. Faradir had too many swords.
Mhm.
An insane amount of swords on her at all times. It did
Faradir
not
was
make
a whirling
sense.
dervish.
Faradir
Yeah.
Faradir had a pocket dimension where she just pulled her hand out.
She did have a portable hole. That's probably where she was keeping the sword she wasn't using.
I mean, no, one on the back. Oh, sorry, two on the back, two on the waist is what the previous wielder did. You probably have two on the back, two on the waist, two on like the fucking rib cage.
Basically.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Too many weapons.
Way too many. But she
Truly
made
a
it work.
stupid amount.
Mm.
I was about to say something. Shit. Actually, I don't know if I want to use Demi-Plane right now. I might want to save my 8th level spell going into this.
You're not going to use Demi-Plane?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use it right now, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just have to put them in the back of holding. Because I might need my 8th level spell slot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
If we're,
It's possible.
yeah, we will. I really might need be full power for this one.
Yeah, that's probably a better
Man.
idea.
Okay. Yeah. So the rest of the swords are going in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. McCall. We'll get you out later.
Belric's bag of holding or Sears?
No, not Belrix. We won't ever get them back. It'll fucking eat my swords.
God, imagine the Batman with all those swords.
No, he'll become too
Yes!
powerful.
Yes!
Come out.
We put them in any other bag.
Can we
Put him in a regular leather bag for all I fucking care. Just not that bag.
Not the cursed bag.
Can we arm the Bagman with swords? I think that'd be fun.
The question is, do we want
At that
to?
point-
Kill us.
At that point, the Bagman becomes real.
Oh,
Yeah, if we acknowledge his existence, then he gains power.
Yeah,
He
that-
gains a mortal form.
no, that's how you do it. You give him a bunch of magic items, and then he comes out with a form that's like an amalgamation of all the magic items.
Why would he want to
He's
kill
a biblically accurate angel of magic items.
us? Yes.
Just swirling around in a circle around a bunch of eyeballs.
Yeah.
And it's terrible to look at.
It'll
But
drive you
listen-
mad.
Why would he want to kill us if we're the one who gave him power?
I mean, to be fair, listen, we've helped a lot of people gain power, and they've always tried to kill us.
Yeah, you're right. People are very unloyal.
Exactly. Put it this way: you helped one guy, and he killed your family. Come on now.
Did more than kill my family.
I know he destroyed your entire upbringing. That's what the fuck he did.
He continues to haunt me to this day.
Like, listen, I helped you, jackass. Why are you doing this to me?
Yeah, literally. So I guess the swords go in mine.
Yeah, swords
Okay.
in yours.
Yeah, you put the swords in your bag of holding.
Okay.
And you hear a little tiny distant goodbye. As you
Oh.
place the blight blade into the bag.
Who hears
Sorry,
this?
but whoever's putting it in there, I guess. Or is it a telepathic thing for everybody?
It's just Seer.
I was just here.
Oh. I don't like that.
Well, you know, there's a person in the sword.
There's a person in the sword, but I don't like that he's saying goodbye to me.
You're the.
It's not about paranoia. It's just like I don't.
You need to feel bad.
I don't feel bad. I'm scared.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's
Belric,
paranoia.
Belric, you hear in your mind. Is the cloak in its male form or female form?
I think I probably did the sun form, which not sure which one that was.
The sun is male.
Okay.
You hear just in the back of your head. Better not put me in a bag.
I'll just say I won't.
As long as you act right.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Belric.
We're too powerful together. It would be a waste of talent.
Okay. Somebody's pulling themselves. Okay. Well, are there any more preparations we should be making?
I don't know, are there? We could always try contacting our vampire guy.
Yeah, but he's like far away though.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Yeah, like he's in Windenwald.
How many miles away from us? Well, it's only like 200.
Yeah, well, he has to get to us too.
Not if we go to Wiedenwald.
Yeah, but then like to what end?
He might know more about the Vampire Society of Bana.
That fair point. That is fair. I will give you that. That's a very fair point. Like I said, my plan is open for change. I just threw out there what made the most logical sense. If we want to contact our vampire friend, we can.
I'm just making suggestions.
Oh no, you gotta commit. You have to commit now.
Why don't we cast sending to our vampire friend whose name I've totally forgotten and ask if he knows anything about the society, the vampire society in the ruins of Bana?
It is. Hold up, I'll find it. I got it. Macron.
Macron. It sounds like a dessert.
I know.
Macron.
I mean, macaron is a dessert. It's French.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're like little cookie things with a cream filling between them.
I thought that was a macaroon.
You can macaron, macaroon.
Oh,
It's just different pronunciations.
Yeah, that's the dessert his name reminds me of. Okay, Macron. Yeah, I'll spend my last third level spell slot on casting sending to our vampire friend and be like, hey, do you know anything about the undead society within the ruins of Bana? I know it's been like 5 months since we last saw each other, but I assume you're still alive.
or unalive.
Yeah, whatever. I don't say the last part. I just ask about Bana. Well, I introduce myself first. I'm like, hey, this is here. I helped you with the whole, like, I came in at the whole tail end of the seed thing. Do you know anything about the ruins of Bana and the undead society therein?
How did you get this number?
I just told you.
We know each other.
I described the exact scenario in which we met.
Yes, let me find that information real fast.
Make you go back into the notes.
Yeah, I am actually.
Gotta go back for this one.
I just listen. If we have a vampire contact, we might as well use him.
Honestly, this one might have been deleted at some point. I remember
He was that unimportant.
I remember writing it. I just don't remember where it is.
That's me with like half my character's backstories. Like I know I put this in a Google Doc somewhere.
Dig deep.
There's Kane and Sans, the Drow cultists.
Macron also had Kelvin.
Sans Undertale?
No, his name was just Sans.
Kane as in the Bible, Sans as in Undertale?
I've never played Undertale.
The lore unravels.
I've never played Undertale.
Me either.
I've seen speedruns.
The three main arcs. Uh-oh.
If it helps, Macron Woolester. He had an attendant named Kelvin. He had Mercy and Quinn. I think they both died.
They did.
They both died.
There's one specific note I'm looking for.
Because he also had a wife, queen, mistress, something like that, that he was answering to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she made him a vampire.
Yeah.
I do not have the note. But I remember vaguely. I think it was A, right? Wasn't that the letter A? They never signed their name.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hold up. Oh shit, that was damn.
You get a message back, Seer. How does his voice go?
Don't remember. And there are no streams from that time.
Been a while. If you remember, The vampire spawns we found on the road, coming towards Stanton. I've learned they were after the seed of Gultharius. They were sent from Bana.
I found it.
You did?
I found a bit of. I remember there's a vampire named Linus,
Mm.
and we killed him, and he was a vampire spawn who was interested in the Kathaya seed. He's connected to a court and possibly Bonascana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue on though. You can continue.
He just says that, they were after the seed from the beginning. He will probably also say, they originally lost it. They were trying to return it to themselves. I think that's all the words he has.
Okay, cool. I'll share this info with the party. So maybe it's a possibility. I don't want to, but maybe it's a possibility we could trade the Golthia seed for the vestige.
Oh,
They want it bad enough.
That is an option. What do you think happens if we give them the seed?
I mean, probably not good things.
I know. Look. I'm fully prepared for it not to be good.
But they already had it before they lost it, so
We don't know how long ago they lost it, though.
well.
Look,
I just realized I'm so happy you found the name Linus. You want to know how I came up with that name? It was my
How?
roommate at the time in college. It was my college dorm roommate.
Oh my god.
good.
Putting Linus on blast.
Wow, Linus. You're a dead
Oh.
vampire spawn. Good
Yeah.
job, buddy.
He
Oh,
left
man.
fucking
Fuck Linus.
yeah. He left fried rice in my fridge unplugged for 2 months.
Oh,
Ew.
He deserved to die.
Yeah, that's like punishable by death.
I know.
That's grody.
Mhm.
Okay.
disgusting.
Linus.
Rice
Okay.
keeps, but not for that long.
Yeah,
Especially
no
fried
wonder.
rice with eggs in it.
Oh, eggs?
no.
Yeah.
No,
Fried rice.
that's illegal. That's illegal. It has to be.
What a
Sierra's
cow.
gonna throw up. She's so disgusted. I'm
Nice.
choosing to believe that's what that cough was about.
I choose to let you believe that.
Amazing, thank you. I appreciate it.
Alright.
But continue, please.
Okay. Okay, so we know Drusilla was having interactions with them of some sort. Because that's I think
Are they gonna be mad because we killed him and stole a seed?
I mean they can be. But fuck them. But that's very possible. I mean, they wouldn't know it was us per se because
We weren't famous.
no one made it to give that information that we did anything.
Yeah.
As far as I'm no. Okay, but we have the seed as a training option. Like I was gonna say, I just don't want this to have to become another thing down the line. And it's like, oh my gosh, now we done dealt with a Titan, now we gotta deal with a
The
zombie
consequences
horde.
of our actions never.
Yeah, all over again. It's like, man, we go through this too much. Okay, so Kathaya seed trade, that's a good option. Or that's at least a good way to get us in the door.
Yeah.
That's at least a good way to get us in there. You still do have it, right?
Yeah, it's in my bag of holding. It's inside of a lead case, so they can't find it through divination.
Okay, so
Because I still have the spell I can cast with it, but that's kind of why I can't cast summon blights if I don't have it.
is there something we can get to or do to protect ourselves against mind control?
A mind blank spell.
There is that. Or more specifically, me, because we all know that what's going to happen to me. We know how this plays out.
I'll just try to. I don't think I can counterspell vampire mind control.
No, because it's not a spell; it's a magical effect.
Well,
I really don't, because as much as fun as I will have with it, I don't want to have to turn on you guys again. That's would be a third time. It just after a point. Oh, there you go. Intellect force would be good. It's after a while. It just becomes like, all right, Gamesh, you're becoming a liability now. Like we got to fix this, buddy.
Gamesh, how are you so unwise?
Yeah. Okay. Cinti, do you have intellect fortress? Because I don't think anyone knows it.
I can buy it and learn it. Level spell.
Can we potentially find a scroll of intellect fortress?
Yeah.
Scroll of Intellect Fortress. Let me see. Definitely, I would say so. Sorcerers can learn it. Who just... Yeah.
It just doesn't stick with my theme, so I can't learn it right at the moment. But anyways,
What a mood!
Damn.
You gotta commit to the
That
bit.
is commitment. I love that.
look, I have committed to this for 15 levels.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it.
And it's beautiful.
Even though there are so many better spells that I could have in my repertoire.
Honestly, so fair.
I'll be real with you. Like, don't get me wrong. My spells aren't necessarily bad, but there are plenty of spells I really don't need. Because, I mean, I don't ever use them. Like, Move Earth. That's such a situational spell. It's so situational.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah, it would only cost about 800 gold.
I'd buy it. I'll put up the gold for it.
I'm gonna. It's third level, so that's 50 times 3. What's 50 times 3? I'm so stupid.
150.
150. I'm gonna buy 150 gold worth of paper and ink, so I can write this into my spellbook if Gamesh is okay with that.
Oh, that's cool. Then we'll wanna we can still travel. Then we might wanna wait one more day then or at least wait a long
It'll
rest.
still take me 3 hours.
No, because you have to put it in your book and then you also have to have it prepped. Otherwise, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Exactly. Yeah, so it'll need to be another day.
Okay, and since he wants to buy diamonds,
Yeah, I just figured like learning the spell would be better than only being able to use it once.
oh no, you're absolutely right. Because this happens. This will be a third time. So
This is a running theme.
yeah. Yeah, Gamesh's weakness is turning on his friends when he doesn't mean to.
Just weird. You would not think that'd be Gamesh's thing.
No, it actually is like very thematic
No,
for
you're
Gamesh.
thought to have turned on your first friends.
Yeah, so it tracks. It tracks.
Gamesh, you're so tragic.
I know, and it's in such subtle ways. It's not even anything grand.
Yeah.
It's the small things that happen that just clicks. It just makes it worse.
Yeah.
We didn't even get into the reason why he was drunk all night last night.
Nope.
We're not going to tackle that one. We're going to leave that one be.
No one knows. You just came back looking sloppy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I reeked of alcohol, but
Yeah, well, no one in this party asks questions.
nobody does, and that's okay.
We let you come to us when you're ready.
And I'm never ready, so we'll just pack this one down.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so, all right. So Sears got the scroll. She's gonna be putting it in her spell book. Burger obviously gonna take another long rest. And Cinti needs what kind of diamonds, Cinti, for what, revivify or? She's at all the diamonds. She wants all the diamonds.
5,000 worth of diamonds.
Can Cinti have all the diamonds you have? Okay. Well, what spells do you have that require diamonds or diamond dust? Because I know there's what, greater restoration or lesser, greater restoration, revivify, greater restoration. Um, I think that's the only ones that druids get that will require them. Reincarnate is, I wouldn't even recommend having that prepped right now anyway. That's usually one of the situations if everything goes wrong. We either survive in that type of situation or we don't, in which case we could cast it later. Yeah. Okay, so how many diamonds worth of gold are you looking to get?
Whatever you need for the diamonds, this town is big enough that you can easily get them.
I would say this needs to be a 300 diamond for Revivify, I think. Belric, do you still have any diamonds?
Yeah, I have 2 for Revivify.
Okay. I would.
And apparently do have more diamonds too, but I didn't write down a value for them, which I think we got from like the Dragon Sword at one point.
Oh.
But I don't know how much gold, how much they're worth.
Well, I guess that's something we can figure out now. As of now, I would say just get. I don't know how much gold you have, but I would say 2 diamonds for Revivify. Because 2 for Belric, 2 for you. There's 6 of us. If any more of us die than that, I'm pretty sure we're pretty much done. There's not too much saving. Yeah. After that, I don't think we. If more than 4 people go down, die, I'm pretty sure that's a party wipe. And at that point, I don't think you're saving anyone at that point. Energy undo the debilitating effect. When you target gets knocked level by 1 and apply charm to petrify the target. Though it actually might be useful if someone does fail, because I think that my control is counted as being charmed. 1 curse, reduction of ability scores. And honestly, I would say maybe 2 more castings for greater restoration, so 200 diamond dust.
200 gold pieces worth of diamond dust. If you need any help getting this up, just let me know.
Just get a diamond and have someone punch it really hard, and then it's dust.
We lost our muscle lady,
Easy.
Laura.
Hey, Omen is also very strong. She's just toned.
Oh man.
She's not as bulky, but she's just as strong.
She's still just as strong. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, so 800 gold pieces in total. Two diamonds and 2 casts and 2 pouches of diamond dust.
That's easy enough. 800 gold.
Do you need any help with that? Or do you have it?
You can sell some magical items.
Realistically, we can. Oh, damn, you're balling. Okay.
Yeah, damn.
Ooh, I still have a supreme healing potion. And a heal giant potion. I gotta remember that. And a potion of vitality. What does that do again? Got all these things. What does the potion of vitality do?
Makes you younger.
I don't need to be more younger.
I have a potion of. Don't I still have my potion of longevity? No, I got rid of that.
Yeah, you traded that.
If Asif drank a potion of vitality, she could stop existing.
She'll regress back to an egg. We'll have to watch her hatch.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay. Potion of vitality.
She's only 6 years old.
Yes. What? How much can you lose off of the age potion? I think it was like what? I think 10 years
Another
was
one
max.
I had was 13 years.
Okay, yeah, the max you would 13. How old would Gamesh would be like? He would turn to 5. A little toddler. No, he wouldn't be a toddler because the age.
Oh no, I was thinking of a different potion. Potion of vitality removes
It's
any
exhaustion.
exhaustion, cures a disease, and you regain the maximum number of hit points for hit die.
You were thinking
What's
the
the one that
Yeah, you think of longevity.
was I? I thought that
Yeah.
I probably am, and I'm just stupid.
Yeah,
That makes more
longevity.
sense.
It's because it's the potion that could have potentially turned Seer into an 11-year-old child with the capabilities of like a 13th level wizard.
Yeah, that sounds about
Terrifying.
right.
It
No,
could-
we had one of those in my Thursday game, legitimately.
Terrifying. Still.
Yeah.
Imagine
I
seeing a child Seer? Ugh.
The funniest part about that is because like you were surprised he was so young. I was like, wait, you didn't know?
I forgot. He never gave me a backstory. I think he just offhandedly mentioned while making the character that he was like 12 or whatever, and I completely forgot about it.
I was
Because
like, oh.
only like 3 people actually gave me backstories, even though I kept asking for them.
I'll say this for some people: the backstories can be hard to come up with to a certain.
Yeah, but like a sentence or 2.
Yeah, just like, yeah, this is why, this is how I got my powers, this is what I do. Okay. Because honestly, I feel like I came up with nothing really for Pacha.
It was more than what I got for most people.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm dead, so.
I'm dead, so hey, my backstory sums up pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay. I. Oh yeah, I still have the soldier's trinket. I've been forgetting about that.
Alright, are we fighting a vampire?
Okay, well, we have to do one more long rest so Seer can prep the spell that we need, and then the next day we're going to be heading out to Ruins Bana.
Coolio.
So I'm just pulling up somewhere.
And plus, she'll get back her third level spells.
Yeah.
She kind of needs those.
You all take the time to do another long rest to get the spell that you need, learned and readied to cast. That's it?
Yeah. And then upon the next day, as long as no one has anything else they need to do, in which case I would say do this before the long rest. But uh, I guess Belwork can do his
Yeah, I can do my inspiration again.
inspiration again if he wants to. Then after that, we're when walking to Ruins of Bana.
Okay. You all turn into misty forms and begin to fly once again over the Intim mountain range. You fly over a now partially floating city, a castle, I should say, as you watch as cloud giants and elves ready it for conflict. In the distance, you can swear that you see Faradir and Ystrid walk in the gardens of which they had just fought in. Just chatting, talking. You fly over the old site where Zaren's castle had stood. You can see elves and giants are dismantling his oppression, freeing the many individuals who he had enslaved, from orcs to many of the other giants, all manner of creatures. You fly past that. You see the secret entrance to the Terra Fort of Brecken. The large spires of rock dotting the mountainous coastline as the sky gets darker and darker, more and more overcast. And soon you see a sickly pale light rising, spreading. You've seen it from a distance, out at sea, but now getting closer and closer. This is it. This is the ruins of Bana. Getting lower and lower towards the edges of the docks of the city. The city itself was built between two great openings in the mountain range, similar somewhat to the city of Guanastan. The city of Bana is wedged, a massive metropolitan area built along the coast, protected by the mountains. You can see on the eastern edge of the city a massive, massive castle built into the very mountain itself, a testament to the nature of the humans of Banaskana, and a mar, a plague upon the landscape. The natural scenery completely ruined by oppressive monolithic structure. The very city itself seems to give off a slight greenish light, and the sky around it is in constant shadow and darkness. From a very far high up distance, the city itself looks to be squirming. And as you get closer and closer, you realize that that squirming is the movement of thousands of undead, wandering the streets, moving from building to building. It is an eerie sight. And you all get closer. So, you all are landing at the docks, or what are you doing?
We were told we were told that coming by sea would be the safest method. We don't know who actually has the vestige. If we land at the docks, we could potentially get swarmed by undead before we even reach anyone. What's the biggest building that would be the most apparent, obviously?
In general, just the biggest
Yeah.
building?
Yeah.
The what looks to be the I would say like castle.
Okay.
The word escapes me at the moment. The complex, the emperor's home.
I got you.
Yeah.
I say let's start at the docks so we can actually communicate with each other first. Because we can't really talk right now. I would say start at the docks.
Okay. Make stealth checks, all of you, as you go to land.
Ooh. Your inspiration's a D6, right, Bill?
Yep.
That shouldn't be at disadvantage. So, but it's still a 7, I think.
Yeah, still a natural one.
Yikers.
Oh gosh. Alright.
I don't think I can use this for... Nope, that's just saving throws. Cool.
Yep.
Solid 7.
Well, I was gonna use mine, but since everybody's failing anyway.
Oh. I was gonna ask if after we touched down, if I could summon my echo.
Okay.
Might as well.
Just to have it walking along with me.
As you all begin to land on the docks, you attempt to hide as best you can. As you take that minute to escape your current forms. However, many of you are fairly loud. As you all shift and turn, you hear the sound of armor clinking as you all regain physical manifestations of yourselves. Gamesh, your heavy footfalls hit the solid concrete beneath you. And generally, it's not the most quiet landing. And also, you're fairly visible as clouds just descended and landed on the docks.
Well, the plane was supposed to roll in like from this water though.
Yeah, like you came in from the water and then landed on the docks, but you still
Okay,
clouds
okay.
that like
Yeah,
moved
yeah, yeah.
with speed and haste.
Okay.
I just have to roll something first. Damn. Okay.
Am I able to summon or no?
Yeah, you land and you summon your echo. Describe how that looks like.
Okay, cool. So you just see Omen. It looks like she almost picks up and drags a shadow from a nearby object or something and pulls it up, and it forms into a shadowy version of herself. And what may not have been noticeable before, you do notice that now Omen has a shadow, and she didn't have one before. There was never a shadow underneath her, but there is right now.
So she gains a shadow when she pulls up a shadow. Interesting.
And this is the full picture of Omen and her echo.
Okay. All right.
So as all of you land, you hear the clink of armor. You see the shadow appears on Omen. There is... At this point, it only took about 3 hours or so to make it to the ruins of Bana. You left as early as you could in the day, and thus it's slightly midday, you would assume. However, you can barely see that the sun is there. The clouds around the space are heavy and obscuring most light from spilling out into the space. Um, and as you all appear to, land, what's your plan? You can begin to speak to each other.
Um. Well, was the most graceful entrance. How far away does the complex look to be?
By foot, maybe a 2-hour journey.
Okay. My guess is we probably need to head to that big ass building over there. Sure, whoever consider themselves the ruler is likely to be found there.
What's everyone's passive perception?
Mine's probably like a 12, I think.
17.
Mine's 16.
14.
Okay. I'll continue talking.
That's not concerning.
What else was I supposed to say? Damn, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought.
Omen. You hear something. At first, you look towards Belric, expecting it to be him, as you hear a clink of plate mail. But then you hear a horse neighing, not too far away. You turn and look down the docks, down the long stretch of concrete, and you begin to hear the sound of horse hooves.
Okay. I'll just say very quietly, I hear horses approaching.
Oh, of course.
How long does it take to go? Man,
Well, if it's a horse, someone's riding it. This might be our opportunity just to get in and make it simple. Worst case scenario, we kill whoever it is, then we leave.
um,
You
So-
begin to see dark smoke beginning to fall off the end of the beginning of the pier at the very far end from you.
I'll take a step up.
You see what looks to be dark clouds begin parting. As you notice that they begin to form what looks to be the shape of a horse, and riding on top of it, an individual made of shadow and plate mail, standing atop, holding a lance of dark light. And you see the head kind of look straight towards you and your group.
Greetings.
I see you, Paladin.
I just look back.
Returning to the site of the slaughter. You hear the hoofs continue as it moves ever closer.
I wasn't expecting that.
Belric, make a religion check.
I don't know why I didn't think about the fact that we have a paladin being a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure it would come up this soon.
You look at this. This is not a person. This is clearly an undead, a corrupted knight of some sort, who sees you as something than you are. Something other than you are, I should say. I killed 200 that day. How many did you kill? By running away.
I think you're mistaking me with someone else. I've never been here before.
You watch as the horse reaches the drop off of the pier, where you would have to go down steps to reach, the water level essentially, and it keeps walking as you watch the horse just begins walking on the air. Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Ha!
No, I know your types. Death Knights who fail to kill. And you see digs the heels in, and you watch this horse begins taking off and gaining height as a flying horse with a knight riding on it charges your party.
Okay.
I'm going to end the session there. You all rolled horribly for stealth.
I rolled middle of that. I rolled middling.
I got a 17.
I also rolled for a perception check. I'm not going to lie to you. I rolled a 19.
I mean, look, to beat our rolls didn't really take much. So.
Yeah.
No, that was... Yeah.
2 natural ones.
Yeah, I never have faith in my stealth rolls.
2
Yeah.
natural ones, a 4. Yeah, this is bad.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy fighting a flying knight.
No.
I can still persuade him to stop attacking, hopefully.
He's undead.
He answers to somebody.
Yeah. He's more intelligent than a zombie.
Yeah, but he answers to someone. I gotta appeal to that person's desires, and he'll want to fulfill those desires.
You can talk him down, maybe.
Oh, what you forget to prepare. Oh, Earthbind. Damn.
Rip.
Yeah, flying is still our
Greatest.
Achilles heel. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's less of a Achilles heel now.
I mean, it's still an Achilles heel for me.
Yeah. But for some of your party, they're better off. Like, Beller can fly now. He has that ability.
Yeah.
Faradir has magic. Well, Faradir's not here anymore. Damn.
Yeah. Look, like I said,
Wait, what does Faradir have?
I was gonna say Faradir has a magic longbow, but Faradir's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, like I said, I was very thematic about my spells, and I have committed to the Earth theme, and Earth things don't typically fly. So.
Don't worry, guys. I made a character who's even worse at range.
Love it.
So, I was thinking about that when I made her for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, I could have gone for a dex build, and I simply did not.
It's okay.
I probably should have. It would have made more sense now that I'm actually thinking about it. But too late.
We're here now. So. There's nothing else we can do about it.
Not at all. But, yeah. A nice little roleplay session.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for switching characters on y'all, but it did not make any sense to me for Faradir to save Ystrid and then be like, alright, gonna go back out adventuring, honey, I'll be back later.
I don't know. It makes a lot of
It
sense.
just seemed like that would be bizarre.
Look, I understand.
Faradir is not going to be gone for long.
No, not very long. I also realized and told Graham earlier that both of my temp characters have been followers of Saloon,
Mm-hmm.
which wasn't intentional.
I
It just
definitely-
happened that way.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that before you, and immediately, that's, basically what your character dreamt was Thera and the party.
Iconic.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean,
Love
like
that
it's
for
easy.
her.
It's easy to see it happen. I mean, the moon themes are just very fun to play with.
They are. I love them. And I love Echo Knights. They are cool.
Well, thank you all for playing tonight.